Yo, it's Kip. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about fitness and how I created my brand, Streets 2 Fitness, right? Fitness became an outlet for me to leave my past life. When I was in the streets, I was selling drugs, living a D-boy lifestyle, you know, cars, money, clothes, everything that come with that, right? I'm going to get this money at the same time, right? And while I was in prison, everybody was talking about create a routine. That's how you do your time. They kept telling me, youngster, if you want to do your time and go home a new man, different man, create a routine. So I'm like, man, what does create a routine mean? So again, right, for those of you that don't know me, I served 6 years in federal prison for drug trafficking. And while I was in federal prison, right, my main goal was to become a better version of myself. I didn't want to be the same person I was when I was sentenced to federal prison, right? I was sentenced to 70 months. The judge sentenced me, he said 70 months. So I'm like, man, I got a long time to change my life. And I started creating my routine, right? My routine consists of reading self-help books, working out 5 times a week, reading the Bible. And I was working on myself each and every day. And, you know, I got discouraged because when I first started working out, I didn't know what I was doing. I knew I was going to have to gravitate to a workout crew in prison to help guide me, to keep me going, because I lacked motivation. I was depressed, stressed. You know, the first year, I was in there for 6 years. The first year, I was depressed, just eating chips, honey buns. I was like in the cave, right? I was just in the cell. I ended up gaining 40 pounds of fat. So I'm like, man, I got to shake this. God, just please help me. You know what I mean? And that's when I came to realization, like, man, I got to work on myself each and every day. Created my routine, worked out 5 days a week, read self-help books, read the Bible, prayed to God to just help give me the strength and knowledge and power to change, right? And when I started working out, what I realized, right, it was helping me mentally, emotionally, and physically, right? So I ended up committing to my first workout crew. I'm like, man, I like this feeling that exercise is giving me, right? Not only am my mind feeling clear, feeling like a better person, right? I slept good at night, right? That's the hardest thing to do in prison is to sleep, right? And when I realized, okay, this is my outlet to do my time. I didn't start working out thinking this is going to be a career, this is going to be my exit route out the streets. I just want to do my time, not let it do me, and stay mentally sane, right? So as time passed by, I discovered my passion for fitness. And I realized God was taking me down a path that was no longer destruction, right? He didn't take me down the other path that led me to destruction, but he was there with me because there were several times I know that I was supposed to be dead. However, God used me as a vessel to be a testimony to others, to show them change is possible. So as I'm like in a year into my workout routine, working out, let me get my hammer, girls. I'm like a year into my workout routine, and I realized, man, I like working out. I like the way it makes me feel, and I think this might be a career for me. Never in my life, I've been selling drugs since I was 12. Never in my life thought I'd have a job or have a career. But I knew that I didn't want to do no more time, right? I seen all these old guys in there that had been locked up 20, 30, 40 years. And then I met a guy named Buffalo. He's from DC. He had been locked up since Super Bowl II, like since 1968, right? I'm like, man, this man really lost his mind. I don't want to do time, do it one bid, and then come back and get 25, 30 years. I got to figure it out. I got 6 years to figure it out. Excuse me. So as time started passing by, my passion for fitness kept growing more and more. So I started reading NFPT, National Federation of Professional Trainers, right? So 400-page book. That's when I knew I really discovered my passion, because I didn't like reading long books, especially if it didn't have a lot of value in it. Even though that book had a lot of value in it, but I knew I had to read it, study, and take a test. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make a change in my life. And as time passed by, I became a leader of workout crews in prison. I ended up leaving Miami, FCI Miami, and going to South Carolina, right? When I got to South Carolina, it was guys already in the prison that knew who I was through the FBOP. So they came up to me wanting to work out with me, right? So there was like a sign from God showing me this is your calling. So I ended up having 3 workout crews at that prison, right? I had a workout crew in the morning, morning, lunch, and evening time, right? I was working out 3 times a day. That's when I became a certified personal trainer, like my 5th year in prison. And to gain respect of guys in prison is very hard. I'm not bragging about myself, but I'm just speaking facts, right? So my level of fitness, like I went from a beginner to advanced. It took years. I had to trust the process, but I had nothing but time, right? And I want to compare on the inside to outside, right? I had nothing but time, but there was guys in prison, right? They had the same time as me. We had all the same schedule, basically. We get let out the cell in the morning time at 6 a.m. and we get locked back down at 8:30 p.m. It's up to them what they do with their time, right? I utilize my time wisely to become mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually strong, right? I didn't sit in front, I could have did what everybody else do, right? Sit in front of the TV, eat unhealthy, watch TV, and their health decline, right? Not everybody goes to prison and gets in shape. So a lot of people go to prison and they die because of their health, or they get out of shape and they come home out of shape, right? So my whole mindset was, man, I'm committed to my fitness journey. This is my lifestyle, right? And when I realized I'm helping people get in shape in there, this is my calling. This is my purpose. I'm all in on fitness, right? So I ended up meeting a guy, right? And he was a Jewish Wall Street guy. He was like, hey, youngster, I want to ask you a question. How does a table stay stable? I'm like, I don't know, you tell me. I really knew, but I just wanted to hear his answer. He said it has 4 legs. Just like a human being, you have 4 legs, 4 pillars. If you work on each one of those pillars each and every day, you're going to become the best version of you. Mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. So I was planting those 4 seeds and I watered them each and every day. That's how I became who I am today. But fitness was the outlet for me because it watered 3 of those pillars. Mental, physical, emotional. A lot of people do not realize that fitness is not just fitness in the gym, getting on a treadmill or just lifting some weights, right? It helps you. I developed perseverance. I developed resilience. I developed confidence. All these things that I didn't have, these characteristic traits that I didn't have before I went to prison, that helped propel me to success upon my release, right? So when I got out, there was temptation. There was opportunities for me to go back to my past life, right? But, I thought about all that time that I did working on myself on the weight pile, jumping rope on the tennis court, praying to God, asking, man, listen, please give me a second chance. But I knew when I got my second chance, I wasn't going to blow it, right? And to you youngsters out there listening, I'm not glorifying my old life. I had a lot of money. I had cars. I had clothes. I had everything that I dreamed of my street dreams. I got street dreams tatted on me. I walked away from that life. It led me to a dead end. 5 years of balling. I've been selling drugs since I was 12. So I can honestly say it was more than 5 years of balling. But I got out of juvenile program when I was 18. So I was out from 18 to 23, and I went to federal prison. 5 years from 18 to 23 cost me 6 years of my life. But it was a blessing in disguise because I was able to change. But I faced adversity. I was at my lowest. I rebuilt myself. I changed my life. If I can do it, you can do it too, right? So when I got out, that adversity, the discipline, and the perseverance I developed while in prison, I was able to walk away from those negative opportunities that presented themselves, right? And I persevered and I prayed to God. However, I was denied at every gym in Southeast Texas that I went to. I was denied a job because of my past history, my background. I had a high profile case in Beaumont, Texas. But God told me, don't give up. So I didn't give up. And I ended up having a plan B. I got a job at Golden Corral. I worked there for like 45 days. And God put on my heart, get a job. Go to the gym that you want a job at, you want to be a trainer at, and become a member. I became a member at Exigent Health and Fitness Club. Make a long story short, I just created my Streets of Fitness Instagram, and I was in the gym training, filming content, and I was about to do a post. And while I'm sitting there about to do the post, I'm in the front of the lobby of the gym. A guy with the suit on calls my name. He said, "Hey, Kip, can you come to my office real quick?" Went in his office. He confronted me about training in his gym. I was breaking the rules. I was apologetic. I was respectful. And I told him my story. He got teary-eyed. God worked in mysterious ways. He got teary-eyed, right? And he said, I told him, look, I have all the credentials. I'm a certified personal trainer. If you give me an opportunity, I guarantee you won't regret it, right? He ended up hiring me. 4 months later, I became the fitness director, had over 100 clients, helped people reach their goals. I was featured in Forbes right after that, shortly after, and I was featured on the news, the same news that featured me on there about my case getting sentenced to 20 years in high-speed chase in Texas, right? I ended up getting paroled out for good behavior, but it just goes to show you if you stay that path, right? And through fitness, I developed discipline, perseverance, resilience, and it helped me mentally, physically, and emotionally evolve to the best version of me. You can change too, right? Commit to your fitness journey, stay consistent, become the best version of you. If you need help, listen, click the link, one-on-one online coaching I offer. It consists of meal plan, custom workout program, one-on-one open communication with me, and weekly check-ins to track your progress. Also, if you want live group training as well, right? I offer live group training 3 times a week. Click the link, check the description. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know, leave a comment what type of videos you guys want to see. Let's get it.